had possibly the worst lunch before doing this video. Spinach like pasta. So just low key checking my teeth here. Don't want spinach mouth. Hey Bold Babes, welcome back to my channel. I'm Holly, as you know, or if you don't know, that means you're new around here. So welcome to my channel. I hope that you love it here and find some helpful advice and some bad jokes, because that's what I got. Today's video, I'm showing you my perfect makeup routine for fair skin, and I mean actually fair. A lot of people say fair and they're really not. Why does they come right here? So I'm gonna be sharing you what I do every day for my warm and natural fast routine, and also a few tips for you, because I don't want you to be struggling with your makeup routine and hating how it looks and feeling like you look orange or too pink, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna help you work through. And anytime during the video, if you wanna subscribe, you can do that. The button's just right down there, and also hit that bell so you get notified when my videos go up. And all the products I'm gonna be using are from Maskcara Beauty. Praise Maskcara Beauty. So the link to shop those products will be also down there. And then my email is also down there that you can reach out to me anytime you have questions, you need help picking out products, troubleshooting, any of that stuff. I'm always here to help you. And with all that being said, let's start this mother. Okay, so the first part of my routine is kind of optional, but I really feel like it's made a big difference ever since I started implementing it, and that is bronzer. I know that a lot of fair skinned girls, because I was there, you are like super scared of bronzer because it can look orange, it can look unnatural, it just seems like an extra step that you just like don't want to mess with, and that was totally me for a long time. But ever since I've started doing it, like I said, it's made a big difference, and I really loved my makeup a lot more, and it's not like as permanent as like a spray tan or like trying to mess with self tanner, because those kind of things do take a lot more time and money and all these things. So this is my super simple solution to that, is I get a really big, fluffy, good bronzer brush. So you know it's gonna disperse it really light and natural, and then you can build it up as much as you want. And then I use this cream bronzer. So there it is. I know it looks super dark, but as you can see, totally not orange. So I put that on my neck and my chest and all over my face before I do any foundation or any other makeup. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna just warm me up just a little bit and just blends in super pretty. And it literally is only gonna add maybe another minute to your makeup routine. I really make sure to blend down over my jaw, because that is the part that we struggle with most with fair skin, is having that harsh line of light foundation to our neck where it's like orange or yellow. So this is another thing that bronzer really helps with. And the other kind of side plus that the bronzer does that I don't really like intend, like I don't purposely use a bronzer for this reason, but it kind of gives you a first initial coverage of like your blemishes. So it kind of gives a little base, so like they're a little bit easier to cover. Again, not like the main point of it obviously, but it's a little side perk. Okay, next and most important part of a fair skin routine is having a good foundation that matches. And this is something I struggled with for a long time. Ever since I started wearing makeup, I had a really hard time finding a foundation that matched, and I was sick of trying to shop for all of them and wasting my money. And then even when I thought I found a good one, it still would not match, or else it'd like be discontinued. So finally, I stumbled upon Maskcara Beauty. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this foundation a try, see if it works. And finally, I had a perfect shade that matched. It didn't make me look yellow or orange or pink. It wasn't too dark, but it also didn't like wash me out and just make me look lifeless, because we don't want that either. So with Maskcara Beauty, I use White Peach and or Moonlit. So It kind of depends. So in the wintertime, I'm usually all Moonlit, which is like the lightest shade mascara has. But with this bronzer trick, I usually can get away with White Peach still, and then maybe use Moonlit to kind of brighten, which I'm gonna show you how I do that. So if you're super fair, like you're usually the lightest of the light, then chances are you're gonna be that Moonlit or maybe White Peach. White Peach does have more yellow in it, so if you're super fair but you have like a little bit of redness or like pink undertones, then I'd probably get White Peach. Or if you're not sure, send me a selfie with no makeup on in front of a nice natural window light like I am, and I'll make sure that you get the right shade that will work for you so you don't have to stress about it anymore. It sucks stressing about it. So without further ado, let's show what we got here. Okay, so I'm taking that same brush, which is nice. I'm using this other side now. It's a little bit smaller, a little more dense, and I just kind of dab it into my foundation and then just dab it on my face. So I really like using this brush because I feel like it gives a soft, quick application. So if you just want like light coverage or just something quick, then this is a really good brush for that. But you can just build on it and add in more if you do need that like full coverage and you have like acne that you need covered up. And I also go a little bit on my jaw and then just softly blend it down a little bit. So I'm really not getting product on my neck per se, I'm just making sure there's no harsh lines. And I think maybe I'll just focus on half of my face so I can kind of show you what it looks like. Okay, so there, so that side's done and that side's not. Well, I guess I did already kind of put a little bit on that side, but super natural finish, right? Like you almost can't even tell I have makeup on. It's good, natural, good coverage. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do the other side now. Just same thing. Again, just softly blending that over your jaw. So this right now is White Peach, just so you know. Okay, so now here is where the problem is. The problem is when we leave it just with foundation, we look one-dimensional. We look kind of flat, we look kind of a little lifeless. So this is where contour really comes in handy. And again, this is another thing that fair girls, because again, every time I say this, guys, it's because I've been there, so I know that I'm not alone. Contour freaks us out because it just can go wrong so fast. Like it can just be too cool, so you look like a skeleton or something, and then it could be too warm, where it's like, why do you have an orange streak on your face? So we're gonna cure that for you. Ash, my friends, is gonna be your best friend. So I know it's not pretty right now, okay? But this is Ash Contour from Maskcara Beauty, and it is the perfect shade of contour. So it's cool. So it's good for fair girls actually, because it's not gonna look like that too orange or warm. But it really isn't too dark that it makes you look, like I said, kind of ghostly or anything. And of course you can just wear it lightly if you just want like a super light contour, which is more or less what I do, but I like to kind of press it in with my finger so you can really find that cheekbone and really define those pretty cheekbones, and then take that same brush and then I just kind of buff it out. Kind of blend it out that way. Aspen is another one that is good. It's a little bit warmer than Ash, so if you have a little bit more warm undertones or like red hair, you might want Aspen Contour is a good one too for fair skin. Okay, you do need to be careful not to blend it out too much. Like you don't want to just do all that and then have it go away. And that's just something that will come with practice of like knowing how far is too far, but knowing to blend enough. The most important thing is just to blur out those lines. So you're not trying to like take away product, you're just trying to not get those harsh lines, which is why I really like this brush, because it just kind of like buffs it out to the sides. Okay, so you can see how that already gave so much more dimension and life to my face. But now we need to add some color, so that's where blush comes in. And I'm honestly not about like rules for like blush and fair skin, but it all just depends on if you like the pop of color or if you want something to stay super natural. So for instance, there's like Frenchie, I really love for fair skin, and then Ballerina is another good one. So if you just want something like nude, let's try Ballerina so you can see. It just adds a tiny, tiny touch of color. So if you hate blush or you're not used to wearing it, then start off with something like Ballerina, where it's just gonna give you a little bit, just a little bit, so pretty. Or if you want to have a little more fun, it's like, well, this is still pretty nude, but here's Frenchie. So it just adds a little more of that peach color. And I honestly feel like Frenchie is the most amazing blush color for fair skin because it gives you that warmth and that life. But it still is subtle and light enough that it's not like taking over your face. So you can kind of see the difference there, how there's still just a tiny bit of color on each side, but this one's a lot warmer than this one. So overall, at the end of the day, I feel like it's just a personal preference on what you like for blush and what you feel most comfortable and like confident in. Okay, so here's kind of another little extra step if you want just some brightening, like especially under your eyes, if you have like really light under eyes, like they're really white, or even if they're just slightly, you have like just little dark circles, then take a brightening highlight and just brighten up down them. So I like to use my finger for this because I feel like I have more control and it just doesn't put on a ton, it blends it out really nice. And then I try and make sure and do more like a kind of triangle like pie shape rather than just doing right there like in a circle, because then it will make it look puffy. Bring it down your nose to help brighten your nose and kind of give that contour look. And then the same with blush. I feel like lips are totally personal preference. You can rock any lip you want. Like even if you're fair skin, if you want to rock a burgundy lip or a dark red lip or plum, I feel like you can rock whatever you want. Again, I love Frenchie for the lips too on fair girls, but like wear whatever you want. Whatever you feel most confident in is what's gonna look the best on you because you're gonna be comfortable. And the nice thing about these, so it's all in one compact, but since they're cream blush lips, you use them for both, but you can also mix them so easy. So if you put this on your lips and you're like, I don't know, it's like too peachy for me or like too light, whatever, then just take whatever other ones you have and then tap it on top and just kind of mix it. So you can take like plum and just tap it on top. Makes it a little bit darker, all sexy. Yeah, that was real sexy. And then we have eyes and brows. So I don't think that there's anything specific about eyes and fair skin. Again, it's just personal preference. So I know you're probably like, I thought you were sharing like real tips. You just keep saying everything's up to me, but it is like, and that's something I can help you with as well. When you email me, not only do I help you match your shades for foundation, contour, all that, but I can help you pick out eyeshadows because I know it's a super hard thing to do. You can customize your own palette. We can talk about like if you prefer matte, shimmer, dark, light, neutrals, whatever, and I'll help you with that. So this is my eyeshadow palette. I have it very lovely organized by like kind of greens-ish browns, like the golden kind of browns, and then like my pinks. So yeah, I like the browns and the pinks a lot. So I'm just gonna do a super simple one though, because this is not an eyeshadow tutorial, okay? But my kind of quick everyday look that I do like 4 days a week is I start off with Rome, I'm using the Eyeshadow Everything brush, and I just put a nice base on my eyelid. And yes, I do pretty much always my eyes after my face. I don't feel like it's ever a problem. So just a super quick, easy base. You can leave it like that if you want just something super minimal. Or if you want to add in a little bit more color, then that's where I usually try and go for like a medium shade like Oak, which is what I'm going to use in my brows. Or you can do like Lullaby is a really pretty one, Basic, like any of them. So I'm going to go in with Oak, since that's what I'm going to use my brows. So if you want to just have like an all-in-one, you can do that. So I'm going to focus it in the center and then kind of blend it inward. Okay, and then and again, you can stop here or keep going. I'm just gonna do one last one. I like to always, or almost always, add like a little shimmer to my lids because I feel like it's really pretty. So we're gonna go on with this Bright Eyes, and you can use a brush, or else sometimes I like to just use my finger to just have some on. Go back in with your brush and just kind of one last blend. And then if you want just a natural liner, flip it to this other side. Use a dark shadow. I mean, not super dark, I'm just using that Oak that I used in the corner. So this is a 3-in-1 eyeshadow right now, guys. Eyeshadow, liner, and I'm gonna use it in my brows. So just like that, easy peasy. So if you do get fallout from the shadows, I just take that fluffy brush and just lightly brush away any. And then if you need to go back in with that light foundation, you can just quickly tap back over it. Good as new. And now brows, my favorite part. I hate doing my brows so much. So, fair girls. With our brows, obviously we want to try and keep it as true to what their natural color is, but also just complementing like our roots. So not all of our girls have blonde hair, obviously, so it's going to depend on what color hair you have, whatever. But if you are blonde like me, and I have pretty light blonde hair, I try not to do my brows too dark. But again, we're trying to complement the roots, stay the true color. So I have found that Oak, for me, is a pretty good match. So it does look dark, but I just try and do it really light and really try and fan it out. So I'll just show you really quick how I do that. So I just try and make little brush strokes. And just follow the shape of my natural eyebrow. Okay, so there's that one done. That one obviously not. So then you can take a little spoolie brush and just kind of brush through it, and that will help take off a little excess product. I used to have one on the end of this brush and then I broke it, so that's fantastic. But usually that's all I'll do, and then yeah, I like how it turns out. So I'm gonna do the other one real quick. Okay, and the last step is, if you want to, you can take a beauty sponge and just softly blend it out. I usually don't need to because I put it on pretty lightly and I kind of blend as I go. Sometimes it's nice just to make sure you get those lines blended and pick up any excess. You can kind of dab it over your eyebrows too, so it's not so much. So if you want to, you can go back over and do a little more bronzer if you feel like you want some more warmth, but if you do it at the end, you want to just do it on your forehead and like up on your cheekbones. You don't want to do it all over your face. And then I finish with a setting spray. If I can get it. It's almost gone. I use the Stay Setting Spray from Maskcara. So I really like it because I feel like once it dries, it's really lightweight. I don't feel it there, and it smells really good. And it really does significantly make my makeup last longer when I do use it. Okay, so that is my full makeup routine for fair skin. So we don't have to look orange or pink or yellow anymore, or like not alive, not warm, but we can still keep things really natural and simple and fast. So that is why I love this routine with Maskcara Beauty. Okay, so if you have questions about this brand or you want help picking out your shades, you have other questions, please feel free to email me. My email is down in the description box, and I am always happy to help. Like, it's what I do, literally, it's my job, and it's what I love to do. So reach out to me and we can help you figure out your perfect routine. Or if you wanna shop on your own, the link for all the products is also down below. Again, if you are the fairest of the fair, then I would go with Moonlit or White Peach for your highlight foundation. And then Ash Contour is a really good universal contour for all fair skin. And then whatever blush lip you love. Get it, rock it, and yeah, don't know where I was going with that. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I hope that you love these videos. If you have suggestions for future ones you want me to do, drop them below. And my question for the day for you is, what has been your favorite video that I've done so far? I'm really curious what you guys love, because views only tell me so much. I want to know what you guys love and what you want to see more of. So let me know in the comments what your favorite video has been that I've done and any suggestions for future videos. And if you do love this channel and you don't want to miss any videos, make sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell. You can subscribe right now, super easy, by clicking on my face. Or if you want to watch more videos, check out that one. And until next time, see you.